you guys? It's Angela Yee here to celebrate ABC's new series about sisterhood, Queens. The show stars Eve, Naturi Naughton, Nadine Velazquez, and Brandy as a 90s hip-hop supergroup who are reuniting after 20 years. In honor of the show, I caught up with two veteran lady MCs. That's Yo-Yo and Rah Digga. We talked about the trails that they blaze, how the hip-hop game for women has changed over the years, and of course, female rappers supporting each other. We love to see it. So check it out and tune into Queens, premiering October 19th at 10/9 Central and stream it on Hulu. If you know me, you know I'm excited to be talking to these amazing women today. We have Rah Digga. Hey. And of course, we got Yo-Yo.
Hello, ladies.
How are you?
Yeah, how are you both?
Tuesday, huh? How are you? Yes.
How have you guys both been doing?
I've been good. Hanging out, trying to get back into the swing of things, getting my daughter enrolled back in school and trying to get her caught up. And yeah, just trying to get business back cracking.
I've been it's been a pretty decent summer for me. You know, everything, the venues are slowly but surely reopening, and incidentally, I was about to go on tour celebrating the 20th anniversary of my debut album, Dirty Harriet, and then we went into quarantine. So I was like, okay.
It's been, I guess, what, 21 years now since Dirty Harriet?
21 years, yes, ma'am.
Wow.
Officially, my first album is officially drinking age now.
And Yo-Yo, how long has it been since your debut album? Because you've been in this business for like 30 years.
Yeah, I'm kissing 32 years with the debut, with Cube debuting me on America's Most Wanted.
Mm-hmm. Now, it's interesting to me with both of you, right? We got introduced to you on a mass level, and a lot of times this does happen with women when you get a cosign from a man. Can you think of any women who didn't get that cosign early on in their career?
There were, let me see, I'm trying to think, because, you know, I've actually thought about this. I've thought about this a lot. Like, were there any of our female counterparts that maybe didn't go the distance because they weren't attached to any group? And honestly, I can't really think of any, because I feel like we were all, we were all kind of like the chick in the clique.
They wasn't given, you couldn't get in unless a male brought you in.
Right.
The executives didn't believe in women the way they believed in the men clique. So a woman wasn't bringing no one to the table. With the exception, I think Missy came in as a duo with Timbaland.
Yo-Yo, did you ever have a different name?
Always Yo-Yo. When Cube found me, my style of rap was, don't get played, girl, don't be no fool, those type of things. So the fact that he respected me and helped me create the Intelligent Black Women's Coalition, coming up with the name, he and Pat Charbonnet, along with myself and Sir Jinx, and helping me create this image to the world, really helped me create the leadership that I was trying to portray to the world.
All right, my very first rap name was Baby Jam.
Okay, Baby Jam, I like that.
I was Baby Jam on the MIC. Yeah, on the MIC days, I was Baby Jam.
You know what I like about your story too, Rah Digga, is the fact that you were actually pregnant when you got your first advance, and you was really pregnant. So can you talk about that? Because sometimes they try to make it seem like women can't do it all.
For me, it was quite the opposite. When I was pregnant, I felt like I had to work, it was like do or die time. I had to have my record deal by the time I had this baby. So it really got to the wire for me around the 8th month of pregnancy, because throughout my pregnancy, I had some stellar moments during my pregnancy. I was able to hook up with the Fugees, and we did that Cowboys record on their Score album, and I was actually pregnant in the video. I was early pregnant though, so you couldn't really notice. I was about probably like 4 months in the video, but I would say by my 8th month, I was I was doing the weekly. I was doing two things. Primarily, I was doing Lyricist Lounge showcases, and I was also doing Maria Davis's SOs every week. Yeah, oh no smoking in my club. There was a particular Lyricist Lounge showcase that Q-Tip was hosting, and prior to that, I had met him in a studio session, and we were the only two like in the non-smoking section. And I just turned to him. I was like, "Yeah, I got like 30 days to get a record deal before I had this baby." And he's like, "I'll sign you." Like, you
Oh,
shit, man.
wow.
I thought he was lying, and I believe Yo-Yo, because he Sylvia Rome brought your name up and brought Light Up. Like, you were the only two girls on Elektra Records at the time. So when Tip brought me up there, he's like, "Okay, this is dope. We can add some females to the roster." And just like that, she literally came in, was out the room in 5 minutes. I'm like, "Oh wow!" I was still in awe. Like, is that a record deal? Does that mean I got a deal?
Now let me ask you this: does it hit different when you do collabs with women? Because you guys have had some of my favorite songs that you guys have done have been with other women. So what was that like back then? Just collaborating with other women and having those opportunities.
You want to take it, Rah? Or I could talk about Brandy, Queen Latifah,
Yes.
MC Lyte, I Want to Be Down, which is such a classic remix.
We love that remix.
A classic remix produced by Keith Crouch. I remember, Brandy was a label mate, Lyte was a label mate, and Queen was always Queen. And we always wanted to be a part of Queen's castle. So it was almost like I told you, women really couldn't get together. It was a time that hip hop was kissing R&B. It was that merge was happening at the same time. Label mates were finally getting together. It was the first time MC Lyte and I had ever worked really together, and we always wanted to, and we were on the same label. So it was like we were getting taken off the AM stations to be put on the FM stations, to be played on the main line, So it was good for me. The energy, I mean, I remember hearing the lyrics of everybody's lyrics, and I just kept searching for perfection. Like, let me do mine one more time. Let me hear that again. Okay, let me do mine one more time. He's like, yo, it's good.
I was trying to make it like a goal to collaborate with every female. Like, I had a whole bucket list of all the females that I wanted to work with, because I always felt like it was important if we combined our forces. Like, that would kind of help bring us, get us to the level of the men. And another thing that was really important for me too was reaching back and trying to pull the Nexus stuff, because I remember specifically with Dirty Harriet, I got a record with Sonya Blade and Eve, and at the time Eve had the #1 record in the country with the What Y'all Niggas Want, and I felt I was just so I was so moved that she just, took time out of her busy schedule to come get on a little Rah Digga album at the time, because I didn't really, I was still on the come up at that time. And I took that opportunity to go find the hottest chick in the street, which was at that time Sonya Blade. I was like, you know what? How dope would it be to give this sister who's trying to get her footing on the same record with somebody with the #1 song in the country right now? Like, I was never stingy with the plug. I always wanted to, anytime I saw an opportunity for myself, my first line of thinking was, how can I extend this opportunity to the next sister to, to keep this thing going? And that's always something that's been important to me, is there's not too many females that I haven't collaborated with.
That's great. And if you look back right then to when both of you first started your career to where we are in the music business now, how would you say that things have changed? I'll start with you, Rah Digga. What do you think is different now than how it was back then?
Well, aside from, I think now that hip hop is so global, it was still kind of niche when I was doing it. It's like there were just these these clear-cut rules of what was considered dope and what was considered whack, and you pretty much had to stick to this script. I feel like now you can pretty much do anything and it can fall under the umbrella of hip hop. As far as like, I think how we record it, how we perform, I think that is a big difference that I see from the artists nowadays. Like nowadays, artists are, they're so used to Pro Tools and kind of just getting in every couple of words, stop punching in, stopping and going. See, we didn't have the luxury of punching in. Punching in for us was so much of a headache that it was actually easier to just start the verse from the beginning.
Have you ever wanted to, besides when you first started, could you ever have considered being part of a women's group, or is that something you ever toyed around with?
I absolutely would. I mean, I actually, I've kikied with Lauren on a couple of occasions about just surprising the world and just throwing the EP out. No promotion, nothing. Like everybody just wake up one day to a Lauren Hill, Rah Digga EP. I mean, it's something we talked about. It's something that we talked about like decades ago, but I mean, things, it never manifested, but I mean, hey, everybody kind of active now in 2021. Ain't no telling what might be popping up in these streaming streets.
What about you, Yo-Yo?
No women's group for me. I just always wanted to, work with these young artists. I always just wanted, I love Cardi. I just love her personality. When Nicki first came out, I wanted to do something with Nicki. I just think, I'm a party animal. You come to California or anywhere near me, we're partying. So the music I listen to, I want to groove into it. So it's just new music. So I always want to work with a younger female artist and kind of collab and bring my style to their style with a 2021 track.
Do you feel like you always have to be on now when you're out?
Yes.
I don't leave the house.
Yes.
I just don't leave the house. It's definitely shades, hats, lipstick.
Yeah, I think trying to blend in with this new generation, working with the kids with the Yo-Yo School of Hip Hop has definitely kept me young and introducing me to a lot of things that I don't think I would be introduced to had I not have if I didn't have a 17-year-old daughter. But these young kids, they'll put you on like, come on, auntie, you got to get it, auntie Yo-Yo,
Yeah.
And so for me, it's like I'm easing my way in while I'm easing my way out. Like Chuck D say, I'm in my third quarter of music. Right now it's kind of like building, creating that solid foundation, not just for me. I have to keep myself branded and keep myself relevant in order to have a seat at the table. So that you're not considered an old school rapper. So people do know who you are.
And I know we're all super excited to see this show because it's going to be really nostalgic for us. The show Queens, the Sisterhood. You guys have worked with the women on the show. Obviously, Eve is on the show and you've worked with her, and Naturi's on the show, Nadine, Brandy. I Want to Be Down remix, Yo-Yo. So it's going to be really exciting to see it. And Queens, the series premiere is happening October 19th. It's going down at 9 Central on ABC. You can also stream it on Hulu. And I know we're going to be watching. And this whole conversation just made me even more excited for it. But thank you so much. I appreciate and love you both so much, Rah Digga and Yo-Yo.
Thank you,
Thank you, Angela.